Hi, this is Dan with Dan's Everything Outdoors, and today I'm going to talk to you about some of my modular kits. You've seen me in previous videos show one of them that I end up adding to my backpacks and as a base kit, so to speak. And today I'm going to talk about another one. So the purpose of this is to kind of give you a modular breakdown of something that you can put in any backpack, whether it be like your laptop backpack for work, or just in your car, or if you're going out for a day or a couple of days in the woods and you want to make sure you have all some of the basics with you, then you can just add it. So in this example, you've seen me use in prior videos this backpack right here. Primarily this is used when I go out with a family, and it's just a quick day pack in the woods. I put this on my waist pack, if you want to call it, butt pack, and it's got a lot of the basic necessities. This is in a prior video. If you want to go back and watch that video, you can. And I'll usually have this with me. If you look at that video, you can look at that, as well as see that I'll usually always carry a compass with me and a pocket knife on me as well. So anything in this kit is additional items. Set that to the side. So for instance, here I have a backpack, and in this backpack I have some of my bigger items. I have a full-size compass I always end up keeping in my different backpacks. I have, let's open this up. Well, first let's take out a canteen. This one's empty right now. This is kind of like a canteen, get it out of here. Canteen cook kit that I can have in this bigger kit. Set that to the side. I'll usually have some type of a saw like this, Laplander saw that you see me with right here. And then I'll have, you may want to put some type of a hatchet in your kit. These are bigger items that you're focusing on. And then the normal things like your hammock. You might have a sleeping bag, snug pack sleeping bag. You may have a tarp or a poncho. You may have an actual large tarp if you're especially planning on going out hammock camping. And then you might have another big item in here, maybe a Swagman roll. Alright, Swagman roll is really nice because it can act as your underquilt. It can act as a sleeping bag. It can act as a jacket to keep you warm. So what I'm going to talk about today is going to be, what about all the little stuff? What about all the little things that you're always running around trying to figure out, are they in your pack? And then you've got to have 10 different backpacks all with the same thing in them. Or you can have one smaller kit that has all the basic necessary items to just be able to throw into something. I've got several of these different kits. I've got a much larger one I'll preview at a later date. And as I go through this, there's some people might be saying, you know, you don't need all that stuff in there. And you know what? You're absolutely right. You do not need all these things that are in here. But I just like to have it in there so that if I'm out doing something, I'm someplace, or I'm in the woods, and I can always know that, you know what, I think I have that in this little kit of mine. All right? Call it a survival kit, call it an emergency kit, call it just a basic kit. All right, and that's what I want to kind of cover today and go through. This particular one is in the Vanquest pack. I don't know exact model of this. I can put this in the down below in the links. But let me just go through this real quick, and you can see it's kind of cram-packed full of things. Things like hand sanitizer. Do I really need hand sanitizer all the time? Not really, but this does help to light fires, and if I needed to if I was ever in a situation where I thought I might need some hand sanitizer, I could use it or give it to my kids. I've got a very small washcloth, hand cloth. And this is what's neat about this, is once you add water to it, it becomes really big. I'll never get that. Once you use it, it never gets this small ever again. But it fits in here, and it's something you can use to soak up water, wring water out, to get some water off of leaves or something like that. You use it to wash yourself up. You can use it for whatever reason you might think of. In here I've got these emergency sunglasses. I'm not going to pull them out right now. I've got about 100 foot of number 12 bank line that I keep in here, just so I always have some cordage with me. And I'm just going to go through, and that's some of the things laying out just on the top. I've got some earplugs here. I put earplugs in. You never know who you're going to be, stuck with that's snoring. I have a pen in here. Need to write something with a pen. I've got a couple of these wet fire starters, just a little extra help to light a fire if I need it. Those are stuffed in there. I also have, keeping with fire, I have these beeswax cords. I have 4 of them here, and you could probably cut them up into smaller pieces and use them to light fires as well. So just another very small item, smaller than these wet fires. So if I had to choose one, I think I'd choose these over the wet fires. But might as well have a duplicate if I have the room for it. Let's talk about, in here I have what's called a pocket bellows. Now I really like the pocket bellows because it helps you maintain, if you have a very small fire, it really helps you maintain the flames without having to get down into the fire and blow on it. Plus you can blow very steadily and keep small fires going. So very helpful for very small fires or getting very small embers started. I have some chapstick in here. Chapstick can be used also with cotton or something to help start a fire. Or to use for your lips. It's got SPF 15 in it. I've got some additional cordage here. This is actually dental floss. Dental floss could be used for sewing something up. The sewing needle, like what I've got on here. I've got on the back of this Mora knife, I have a patch of Gorilla Tape, and there's a big needle in there that I can use if need be. I keep a needle in here as well. Also, it can be used for what? Dental floss, right? Dental floss for when you got something stuck in your teeth that's driving you crazy, which is why I always kind of keep one of these as well, just because I don't always seem to get something stuck in my teeth. Moving on, I've got a small P38 can opener here, and just as something extra, I've got a small razor blade X-Acto knife as a cutting tool. I've got another small knife, a SOG knife folder, something as a small additional cutting tool, in addition to what? In addition to whatever I have in my pack. In addition to this Laplander saw. In addition to my hatchet. In addition to my Schrade knife. In here I've got some other items, such as I've got a magnesium striker starter. Got another flashlight. This is a Streamlight Micro. Very nice, bright and small light that just fits nicely into this kit. I've got a Swiss knife. I think this is the Victoria. And it's just got your basic small blade on there, larger blade, as well as a bottle opener screwdriver, another can opener type similar to the P38, a small screwdriver. On the other side, this has a corkscrew and looks like a leather awl, or sometimes I use these for digging out knots, trying to get in there and get that knot out of there. This also has the little toothpick, which I do use quite a bit, and a pair of tweezers for maybe pulling something out of a finger. So just nice to have a little pocket knife there. Got an emergency whistle I put in here as part of this kit. I've got some repellent, bug repellent, something I don't use that often, but if I ever had the need to, I could. And a lot more times I end up using this for my kids when they don't like the bugs. I've got some super glue in here, lots of different purposes for a small little bag of super glue. Here's a lighter, a Bic lighter that I put in there, another lighting tool. Here's another, this is a Markall Sharpie for marking things, writing on signs, you know. And then also I've got a very small button compass that I stuck in here. I'm looking for another, maybe a small Cinto that I can slide in here and take something out of this kit to make sure I've got a better compass with me. But typically I've always got one of these with me. So, but if I were to forget that, then I at least have something. That's kind of the thought of this. Also on this bag I've got a small button light that I can use to kind of shine in here if it's dark to find something, if I need to pull everything out. And speaking of pulling everything out, in an emergency situation, probably the majority of these items are going to end up in my pockets. But what I like about this kit is, like I said before, I can throw this in almost any one of my backpacks, and I at least know I have like something to fall back on if I've forgotten something while I'm out. So let's go through this pocket on this other side first. On this side I have a bandana, which I'll always carry on this bag as well, okay, as well as a headlamp. I always have a headlamp, but if I were to forget my headlamp, then and I'm wearing, like say, a ball cap, I could use this stream light on a ball cap, or really even on this cap I could, to act like a headlamp as a backup, of course. So put that to the side. In this bag, let's just pull everything out. And you know, sometimes you're out in the bush, in the woods, and you want to go for a hike or go exploring, and you don't want to carry all your backpack, or you just think, I'm just going to run out there real quick. It's better just to carry this, slide it, if you got cargo pants, slide it into one of your cargo pockets, and now you have something with you if something were to happen. In this kit, and that's why I'll talk about this, is I have 2 water bags. So these are 1 liter water bags, and I have 10 tablets that each one does almost a full liter, 0.75 liters I believe is what it rates it at. Although I'm sure it could treat, as you fill this bag up, 1 tablet per bag. You let it sit for 30 minutes and your water's purified. Along with purification, you may want filtration. So what I've done is I've got like a face mask for dusty conditions. You want to put something over your face, whatever it might be, or you just want to use this as an extra filter and you don't want to use your hanky. So because I could fit this in there as really small, I added it to the kit. I have 3 coffee filters, same thing. Pre-filter some water. If I don't feel like drinking filthy water. It's purified, but it still tastes terrible. Maybe this helps remove some of the sediment. Just a thought. As well as an emergency poncho. A couple things you want to be when you're out. You want to be warm and dry, and this helps you stay dry. If you get wet, you're going to start getting cold. Even in the summertime, you can get down to hypothermic temperatures. Your body can, because you get wet. So you never know what situation you're going to be in. Let's start with this other pocket over here. Set this to the side. In this pocket, I have a mosquito net for my head. So if I don't want mosquitoes on me, it just might make the difference between a miserable day in the woods or night in the woods and a more comfortable night. That's all. It's small enough I can put it in there. And I usually will carry it in my backpack if I've forgotten it, and because I don't use these very often. I at least know I have it. I can pull it out. Let's open up this pocket right here. Let's go through this. In here I have, let's pull out everything out of this bag. Let's go through this stuff. Just from the top, I've got tin foil. Tin foil is wonderful. It's so light, and I can use it as reflective material. If I don't have a mirror on me, I can use this. This is heavy duty tin foil. I can use it to form around something. I could take, unfold this, double it up, wrap it around this, and create like a little bowl or a water container or something. I could use this to cook in, cook on. Just many different uses. I could use the small strips of this if I was trying to do some type of emergency fishing situation. I've got a really nice, the Titan, I really like these, Titan emergency blankets. Speaks for itself, but this can also be used as a tarp over the top of you to stay dry in conjunction with that poncho. Or it could also be used to lay on the ground as a large reflective to get some of the tension. I put a die sharp diamond sharpener in here. This is red. I think this is medium for keeping knives sharp. I've got a Fresno lens. Fresno lenses are nice because you can use them to, bend just right and get a nice focus on light and help start a fire. You can use them for, if I'm using this pair of tweezers and trying to see up close, I can use it for magnifying. They're light, they're small. I do use these quite a bit, so I do put this in this pack. Talking about signaling, I've got a small micro star flash signal mirror here. Can be used for signaling. It's got the little eye in the middle of it so you can aim it. Very nice to have it. Also, if I need to use this for any type of mirror, I have a mirror on me. I've got this antiseptic towelette wipe if I were to just need something real quickly, didn't have a medical kit with me, I could just know I have one of these in the kit with me, as well as antiseptic ointment cream and some simple band-aids. So nothing special about these band-aids, just band-aids. I also have in here, and I'm considering taking this out because I don't know if I'd ever use it, but it's one of these bushcraft essential stoves. I've used the next size up from this, which is a pretty small stove, and I found them very hard to keep lit. That's where the pocket bellows comes in handy, because you can feed it small pieces and just constantly blow a little bit of air on it to keep it burning at the right temperature without going out and without burning too fast. But this is just a little pocket kit you can buy. I bought it, I think, more as a novelty item to play with. I've never used it actually, because I used the next one up from it, and I didn't so much like that either. Probably the smallest I would go is like the solo stove you've seen me use in previous videos. even those you're constantly, feeding them pieces. But it was neat. It fit in there. I thought, hey, why not throw it in the kit? So I may remove this just to take a little bit of weight off this kit, and we'll see about what I do with that. Because typically, if I'm going to light a fire, I'm going to light a fire. If it's an emergency situation, I'm going to light a fire. I'm probably not going to light this thing unless I'm trying to hide and trying to keep a spot, and then I'm probably going to build a Dakota stove, in the ground. But that's it. That's about everything in this little packet. It gives you an idea for you to look at things that you might want to add or to yours if you're doing this compartmentation, or I like to call it like more of a comprehensive bag design, where you can keep things and you can move it from bag to bag, and you've got everything, but you can figure out what you want to add, what you want to remove from it. And I'd love to hear some comments of some things that you think maybe would be better to replace and put in here than some of the things here. Some of the things are in here are only here because I have room for them and they don't weigh very much. Am I really going to need hand sanitizer? Not really. Not really. I guess if I don't have soap in here, this would come in handy. It could come in handy for lighting fires. Do I really need this little washcloth in here? No, I don't need this, but it fit. So I put it in there. So, and all these things, I've got a Light My Fire striker that I like so much better than this magnesium striker. But this works. It works just fine for my needs. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. It encourages me to make more videos. And if you got any comments, like I said, you want to add anything, things you take away, what you do or what you've done, please let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching. This is Dan from Dan's Everything Outdoors, and enjoyed talking to you. Have a good day.